Hey everybody, if you didn't see my intro video, I am Elle Germain. I'm new to the indie author scene and I am just sharing my tips and tricks and all of the things that I searched for but couldn't find in a concise way that my brain worked. And there was also different advice that I was getting from multiple different places. And so just to kind of bring all of that together, and for me, I just felt like one of the biggest barriers in getting started and putting yourself out there is knowing where to start. And a lot of times when you look at like the big picture, it feels very overwhelming and it kind of feels like it's not doable. And I am one of those people who has a dream, and when something feels like too much, it just is hard to follow through with it, even if it's like something that my heart desires. So I guess my goal is just to be able to bring some structure, some easy step-by-step processes to chasing your indie author dreams. So yeah, this video is going to be just a handful of steps on how to get started. Now, there's so many details that you can go into, and like I said, I don't want to overwhelm you in one video about all of the details that exist in the world. So I'm just gonna kind of break it up and share my journey with you. This is just me like saying, hey, I didn't know how to get started, and now I do, and so I'm gonna share that information with you, having gone through all of that trial and error and all the things. So I'm a self-published indie author. I write contemporary romance, mainly closed door, but I love spice. I love building tension. I use relatable language in my books, but I also talk about God. I'm an enigma. I don't necessarily fit in a box, so I'm okay with that. My audience will find me, and that's all good. That's all good. But that's what you can expect in my books. I just write the way that I live my life, and it doesn't seem to fit in a box. So if that's your thing, keep following me for my author journey. But in this video, we're going to talk about how to get started in your indie author journey. Like, where do I start? Some of the things that I'm going to say are going to be like, duh, I didn't click on this for that. Let's just get into it, right? You have to write. Writers write. My suggestion would be to write initially a short story. If you are looking to be in the indie author game, I would assume that you probably already have a million stories in your head, or a lot of half stories already written. So you have a lot that you can work with. You need something that you can give people for free. So my suggestion would be to write a short story, a novella, which is like anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20,000 words, whatever you want. For me, it's been around 10 to 15, and it's really just a taste and to give your potential viewers, your potential readers, sorry, a glimpse as to what you can do, like who you are as an author, your sense of humor, your ability to create a story arc, complete a story arc, all of that's what they're looking for from you in a free book. I would highly suggest in the back of your book to write an initial chapter of the second book that you're going to be releasing and maybe you're still working on. Again, it buys you a lot of time. People are invested in your life at that point, and they might sign up to pre-order, and it kind of gives you a deadline and gets you motivated. So I would put a chapter of your next work in the back of that book. You will need a formatting software where you can hire someone to format it for you. I use Atticus. It was a one-time purchase of a little over $100, but it was a one-time purchase, and I'm going to use it for a long time. And it just kind of gives you that example of what it would look like on Kindle, on print. You can design it the way that you want it, and it is super user-friendly. So I use Atticus for my formatting software. So that would be step one, write something that you can publish for free. And step two would be to create a website. So you're going to need a website. I haven't put a ton of like effort into this website yet because I'm not like there yet, but you just need a place where people can go to like see what you're doing. And it's also a way to create an email address that you actually like, if that's important to you. It was important to me. Step 3 is going to be setting up your mailing email gathering website. There's, again, a million of them. You can do a lot of research on that. I chose MailerLite because it was the cheapest and because it does everything that I needed it to do. And so within there, you'll set up different websites, different subscriber groups, and this is just where you're going to be essentially collecting your emails, and you can put in that specialized email address. So that's what will be sent out to people from that specific email address when you do your weekly, monthly newsletters, whatever it is that you choose your frequency. But that's really important because of step number 4, which is setting up a book funnel account. So you've finished your free book, and now what do you do with it? How do people see it? How do you get discovered, if you will? BookFunnel is a website where people mainly use it to upload free books and exchange it in exchange for email addresses. So you essentially just upload your book for free, and then you join like a ton of group promos, which is essentially is just you sharing with your email list all of these other free books, and then they'll share yours. Now, I just want to say, like, I really was shocked that people are this much of avid readers, but there are avid readers out there, y'all. They don't care if it's free, they're gonna read it. They might have an opinion, but they're still gonna read it. So your book will get out there. So it really is possible. It was really hard for me. I was like, I spent all this time writing this free book, and I'm gonna just give it away for free. It really helps you build a relationship with these people through these email lists. Now, when you're sending out your email list, I strongly suggest creating personal touches, like giving them a glimpse of your week, giving them some music that you're listening to, relate to your readers, because they don't want to just hear, look at all these free books, all these sexy men on these covers, because you're gonna get a lot of those. I don't particularly like them, but you have to play the game. And I built in 3 months, I built a list of 1,500 subscribers before I released. So you're going to want to make some goals for your MailerLite or your mailing list account. By the time that you release your book 1, which is the book that you hope to be paid for, you're going to want to have reached at least from 1,000 to 1,500 subscribers. And that is a really solid goal. It gives you a solid list of a place to like push out your book to. Another goal is your ARC list. So I suggest in your confirmation email, when people sign up to get your free book, your confirmation email to them should include a possibility to sign up for your ARC team. And so if they have that option, they can click on it and join your ARC team. My goal was 50, to have 50 people on my ARC team. I got somewhere around 85 at the end towards the date of publishing. ARCs are super, super important. ARCs just mean advanced reader copy, and this just means that you give your paid book to people for free and in exchange for a review. And social media, another really, really, truly great tool. If you can show people who you are, your personality, introduce your characters, that is like one of the biggest marketing tools that we have in this generation, but I'm assuming that you already know that. And for people who aren't that comfortable or aren't seeing that success in the social media world, this whole process that I'm giving you is like really a way. I have a friend who just made 150,000 last year, and she has virtually zero social media presence, and she's following this system that I'm showing you today. So there's money to be made. I hear a lot of people talking about how it's really a hit or a miss, and that's probably true, but there are avid readers out there, and the money is out there. So I want that to be encouraging to somebody, that not to let it stop you from chasing your dreams, because the money is out there. The money is ready to be made. So keep chasing your dreams. Okay, you've written your short story. You have created your website. You have your formatting software. You've created your book funnel. You've uploaded your book funnel. You are now exchanging in all of the group promos to build your mailing list. What are you doing in the meantime? Writing the hell out of your next book. You're writing, you're writing, you're writing. It really sets you up for success to have something that's available for pre-order. And you know the date that you've given yourself for it to go live, and people have already pre-ordered it. That is the biggest motivator in the world. But that is in a lot of words, and I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing for this video because I'm not seasoned quite yet. But that is just how you get started. That's how you launch out there. And hey, I want to encourage you to chase your dreams. I went part-time this year. My husband, he was like, you know what, babe, go for it. I know that this is something that you've always wanted to do, believing that in the end it's going to pay off. And I'll be vulnerable about that journey. So follow me for more tips and tricks and just how I'm literally going along this process with you. I'm not up here where it feels, out of reach, but I've just in the last 6 months started walking this journey before you. And I would love to to walk it together. So I'm Elle Germain, indie contemporary romance author, and that's my show. Happy reading.